Well, all right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. It's your buddy CJ here. And tonight, we're talking about all things automotive industry, all the things that real gearheads and automotive enthusiasts love talking about. We got that real gearhead talk. Come on. Everybody's welcome here. If you're into cars, if you're into the automotive industry, if you're into motorsports, and all the things that car guys and car girls love talking about, well, that's what your buddy CJ's about. That's what this channel's all about. It's automotive enthusiast talk, and it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun around here. I am so grateful to each and every one of my subscribers. Welcome back. If you're new, please give me a like and subscribe. Would love to have you as part of the channel. Leave me those comments. I respond to all the comments I can. And listen, your buddy CJ is a car guy, lifelong car guy. And we cover all these various topics, and we have a great time doing it around here. Now, listen, I got news. Tonight's episode, your buddy CJ got big news. I just bought a 2023 Chevrolet Corvette C8 Z06. I did it. I snagged a Z06, guys. Those that know me and have been watching the channel know I've been thinking about it for a while. Okay, so I want to give you my first impressions. I literally just parked the car in my garage about 45 minutes ago. So this is day one of my C8 Z06 adventure. I want to give you some of that raw, unfiltered experience, okay? And that's the only way. Those that know me know I'm all about that real talk. I don't mince words. I tell you like it is, okay? And we're going to keep doing that tonight and going forward. And tonight we're going to talk about that new Z06. I want to tell you all about it. I want to give you my first impressions and also tell you a little bit about why I bought the car, what the journey was that brought me to make the decision to buy a C8 Z06. Those that know me know that I've owned just about everything. I mean, I haven't owned everything, but I've owned a lot of different cars. And beyond the cars I've owned, I've driven a lot, okay? So I've been an automotive enthusiast for a long time, guys. I've been fortunate enough to own a lot of incredible cars. I've got other cars, and I just added the C8 Z06. So I'm going to give you all that perspective, right? I'm going to compare it to other cars I've owned. I got a lot of really cool content coming up and some adventures with the Z06 already planned, and I can't wait to give you that. But tonight is all about sort of the basics, my initial reaction, why I bought the car, and kind of what's next. I wanted to share that with you. So come on, let's get into it. Guys, first things first. Let me go over the particulars. This is the car. This is the C8 Z06 that your buddy CJ snagged today. Super excited. Just brought it home. I want to share my first impressions. But before I do that, I wanted to tell you about some of the particulars. So this is a 2023 Corvette Z06 Coupe 2LZ. Okay. The car is black with a natural interior. That's kind of a tan brown leather. Accents black. And, you know, so you've got a bit of black and tan on the interior. The engine is that 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8. It's got the 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Okay, now the exciting stuff. That engine. Oh, that engine. The noises it makes, guys. I giggled all the way home. Real talk. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me get back to the particulars. The engine in my C8 Z06 makes 670 horsepower with about 460 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, I think Stingray what is it, guys? 6.2 liter. The displacement of the Z06 engine is 5.5 liter, but it's a completely different animal. Okay, it's a different engine. Okay, and this car will do 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. Now, full disclosure, I have not done a formal launch and timed it yet. I just got the car today. Give me a break. I have done many launches in my 2021 C8 Stingray Z51. And I'll give you my initial reaction, the differences between the cars. That's coming in a moment. But listen, the car will do it, and I'm absolutely convinced. The car is just ridiculous. 195 mile per hour top speed, and this is a 10.5 second quarter mile car out of the factory as it sits. 10.5 seconds. Absolutely insane numbers. And look at the styling. The Z06 has the styling cues and a lot of the aggression that you just don't see. I call it aggression. You know, it's a much more aggressive look than what you get out of the Stingray. The Stingray is itself, the C8 Stingray itself is a pretty extreme looking car going on down the road. Not many cars look like that. What the Z06 does is turn all of that up to 11. That's my initial impression. More to come in a moment. My car has the carbon ceramic brakes, which is actually an $8,500 option. I wanted a car with carbon ceramic brakes, guys. My Lamborghini has carbon ceramic brakes. I've had other cars with carbon ceramic brakes. It's just so much better. The braking is just so much more powerful. I'm not a huge track guy, but I'll be honest with you. One of the things I really love about carbon ceramic brakes, there's no brake dust. Are you kidding me? I hate brake dust. But in all seriousness, that's a nice side benefit. The braking power is absolutely incredible. And I've already noted that. This car has a transparent removable top. So my C8 Stingray Z51, had the standard top, but it had exposed carbon fiber, which I thought was a really nice touch. Not a lot of people option their C8s with that. This one has the glass top, and literally it's tinted kind of a dark blue. I think it's absolutely cool. It's a really cool vibe. You get in the car and you got this blue tinted top. It's not like it turns everything blue, but it's just cool. It's just cool and it's different. Also, I mean, your buddy CJ is a tall dude. I'm about 6'2". So I already noticed I actually have more headroom in the C8 Z06 than I did in the Stingray. I haven't measured it. Please, don't anybody sit here and tell me that you broke out your ruler and you measured it and you disagree with me. No, actually, tell me if you disagree with me. But in all seriousness, it feels like I have more headroom. And I say that in reaching up, I just kind of do this. I think if I was wearing my helmet, it would probably fit a bit better. You get a bit more clearance with that glass top, which I think is interesting. The car also has the engine appearance package. It's got lamps and some carbon fiber engine closeouts and surrounds. The wheels, I think, are really cool, guys. Let me know what you think about my wheels on my Z06. These are Spider satin graphite aluminum wheels, okay? The brake calipers on my carbon ceramic brakes are dark gray, which again, I think the net impact of all of this, is that you get a blacked out car, which I really wanted in my Z06, and I found the one that I wanted, and it was just kind of meant to be. This car also has, all the black badges on the exterior. As you can see, the Z06 badge on the side, that's all blacked out. And then very important for me, the exhaust tips are black. So she's blacked out. And I haven't had a blacked out car in a long time. This harkens back. Your buddy CJ, tell me if I should do an episode about some of the cars that I had back in the day. When I got my first job, when I was actually still wrapping up college, I had my first, I was actually making some decent money. And while going to school full time and working full time, I bought an RS Camaro. I think that was an 89 RS Camaro. And that was kind of blacked out, had gray Rally Sport reels. I digress. I'm all about the blacked out cars. I just haven't had one in a very long time. So I'm super excited about kind of how stealthy and sinister this car looks. I think it's badass. What do you guys think? Okay, so those are some of the particulars about the car. I want to go ahead and flip the script here and show you guys something else. And then I want to get into kind of why I decided to buy the Z06. So here it is, that 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8 engine. This thing's putting out 460 foot-pounds of torque and 670 horsepower, and it screams. Guys, the red line is 8,400 or 8,500. Again, forgive me, brand new car, right, to me, and still getting familiar with it, but the thing screams, okay? Let me tell you something. In sport mode, I think it's perfect. The noises this thing makes, it feels special. It fills the cabin with this incredible noise. What would I compare it to? Okay, you ready? I might make some people upset. And your buddy CJ gives you that real gearhead talk, and I'm fitting to give it to you straight. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way. What would I compare the C8 Z06 to? Okay, number one, it is every bit a Corvette. Like you say, okay, what's the big difference between the C8 Stingray? Mine was a Z51. Number one, everything that you love about a Stingray, the Z06, I can already tell you, is just better. It's just turned up to 11. Okay, that's how I would describe the experience. You like your C8 Stingray, you will love the Z06. Don't get it twisted. It's ridiculous. You will giggle. The noises, the way it shifts, the way it handles, it is not a harsh ride. Don't believe the guys that tell you the Z06 is harsh. Newsflash, the Z06 is not a harsh ride. I've driven everything, okay? And I've got a very extreme car in my garage right now, in my Lamborghini. And this thing is a cream puff compared to that in many ways. Like, this thing is not harsh, okay? Lamborghini Huracan can be harsh depending on conditions and the settings you have it running in. Z06 is not harsh, okay? I compare this car to a Porsche 911 GT3. I said it, and I don't care who doesn't want to hear it. My first impression, this is my story. This is my story. I've driven a bunch of GT3s. I'm probably going to own one at some point. Okay. I've had friends that have them. I've test driven them. I've driven their cars. This car, the net experience of driving this car reminds me of a GT3. And you know what's funny about that? Let me go ahead and change the screen again so we can look at another shot of the car, because that's what we do here on Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. Here's another shot of my car. This car so far reminds me of my driving experience in Porsche 911 GT3s. You know, and the interesting thing about that's just my initial reaction. Okay, this is day one. Granted, I haven't owned the car very long. I'm giving it to you straight. I'm giving it to you raw. Your buddy CJ always going to do that anyway. My Chevy Corvette C8 Stingray never reminded me of a Porsche 911 GT3. This car does. I'm not kidding. It is different. It is very different than your Stingray driving experience. It's more intense, okay? The noises, did I say that yet? How many times have I said it? The exhaust note is ridiculous. It takes off different. It downshifts different. The steering is different. The suspension, you can feel the differences, okay? Now, let's also come back to one of my original points. It is basically, I mean, the platform is a C8 Corvette, so why wouldn't it be very similar to the Stingray? But I just want to dispel these rumors that, you know, it's a completely different car. It's really not. It's everything you love about a C8 Stingray turned up to 11, but the cumulative impact of all of those different enhancements, the horsepower, the torque, the suspension, the steering, all of these things, driving the car on day one, it actually reminded me of a Porsche 911 GT3. That's my first impression. So I wanted to share that with you, okay? Other than that, it's a very familiar car. So your buddy CJ owned his 2021 Chevrolet Corvette C8 Z51 for every bit of 3 years, okay? And I put 18,000 miles on my C8. A lot of Corvette guys, their cars are garage queens. I am not a Corvette guy. I'm a car guy. There's a difference. Newsflash. There's a difference between car guys and Corvette guys. Corvette guys just see nothing but Corvette. That's not me. I love a lot of different cars. I've loved every car I've owned. Exotics, domestics, muscle cars, supercars, sports cars, trucks, Jeeps. I have so many that I've owned and so many more I want to snag before it's all said and done. But let me tell you something, guys. You know, I have logged 18,000 miles in a C8 Stingray Z51. I put all those miles on that car over the course of 3 years. So I know what I'm talking about, right? Before that, I had a C7. I've had a C4, okay? And I haven't driven, the only Corvettes I haven't driven are a C1 and a C2. I've either owned, test driven friends' cars across all the generations, okay? So I've logged a lot of Corvette time, but I am not just a Corvette guy. I've owned Porsches, McLarens. I got my Lamborghini currently, okay? I've owned Challengers, Mustangs, okay? Camaros, you name it. okay? And for anything that I haven't owned, I've driven, okay? Now, why do I share all that? Because I've logged all that time, and let's come back to the C8 Stingray. Logging all that time in a C8 Stingray, this car has a lot of familiarity. The controls are the same. Okay, the cabin is the same. Yes, there's some niceties and unique little touches to the Z06, you know, but what I will tell you generally is that it's a very comfortable, familiar cabin. When you get into the car, it feels the same. Okay, it sits at just about the same height. I haven't even looked to see officially what the difference is. To me, it feels like the same height. No difference there. You don't really feel anything big surprise here until you drive it. But all the interface, all that stuff is the same. So it really is about the way it shifts, the way it handles, the way it accelerates, the way it launches, the way it downshifts, the way it brakes. All of these things, I can tell on day one, this car is next level. The C8 Corvette is a fantastic platform, and the Stingrays are fantastic. I owned mine for 3 years, and let me be blunt. I didn't like that car. I loved it. I didn't think I was going to sell it. But for quite some time now, I've wanted a Z06. Why? Why? Because I'm a car guy, okay? And then two, I also wanted to, you know, really do some comparisons between, for example, my Huracan and the Z06. I really want to dispel rumors and clarify and just give my candid and blunt opinion on the difference between, you know, a supercar and a super Corvette. If I change my mind based on my ownership experience, I'll tell you. I'll absolutely tell you. But my first impression driving this car, it's not like the Lamborghini. I've driven a bunch of Lamborghinis. I've owned a McLaren. I've driven a bunch of Ferraris. Okay. I've driven and owned Porsches, you know, Lotuses, you name it, all these different cars over the years. This car did not remind me of the Lamborghini by a mile. And let me get that out of the way. Day one here, it still feels like a Corvette. Like nothing changed my mind on this day to say, oh my gosh, this is an exotic supercar. No, it's just not. And that's my opinion, right? It is, and don't get me wrong, I love this car. I'm bananas about this car. I'm going to be dreaming about it, and I'm going to take it out and put some miles on it tomorrow. What I'm telling you, though, is that this is my day one experience. This is a Corvette on steroids. This is everything you love about a C8 Stingray. Turn it up to 11. No, turn it up to 12, man, and let it rock. I didn't even talk about the appearance. The appearance is so much more aggressive. The C8 Stingray is a cool looking car, right? I love mine. I love C8s. I think they're sharp cars. The Z06 just takes it to the next level. It's edgier, okay? It's more aggressive. It's more in your face, okay? You know, the other thing I'll say, differences between a Stingray and a Z06, and I'll give you that real talk. You can feel chill in a C8 Stingray. Real talk. You can kind of cruise around. You can lumber along. If you don't push it hard, it never feels wild, right? Unless you want it to. You put it in sport mode, track mode, you open it up. Oh, they're fast and they're quick. And you can have a ridiculous amount of fun. I enjoyed 18,000 miles. 18,000 miles in my C8 Stingray. Road trips. You know, I'm not a big track guy, but I've done a couple track events with it. You know, when I say that, you know, don't get me wrong, I wasn't race car guy with it or anything, but I've been, you know, I've done some fun parade lap oriented things and some hot laps, some silly stuff like that, right? Some drag strip stuff, you know? Listen, you can be very chill, relaxed, kind of, it's not an under the radar car, but you can kind of cruise around town. And that car can lull you to sleep if you let it. Not so with the C8 Z06. I'm already going to tell you. This car is on freak. This car is on high all the time. You know, even when you put it into tour mode, comfort mode, or tour mode, it still sounds like a dragon. It still sounds like a beast, right? It's just ridiculous. And yeah, okay, it's a lot more quiet. And of course, you get your better gas mileage, and the shift points are more chill and kind of flattened out in comfort mode, tour mode. You put it into sport mode, to me, is perfect. I haven't messed around much with track mode yet. I haven't even messed with the paddle shifters yet. I did, I messed with my paddle shifters quite a bit in my Stingray, but I haven't done much with this. I just bought it today, like literally 45 minutes, an hour ago. I was driving this car, went to dinner in it, okay, and just had a blast. The ownership experience, I can tell, is already different, okay? I've had people already comment on it. I've had the car, for about 8 hours now, whatever, and just at stoplights, people driving by, guys on motorcycles waving at it. A lot of motorcycle guys or car guys, they know the high performance cars. I've had a lot of folks just, give me a wave, give me the peace sign. Not that you don't get that with a C8 Stingray. I'm just being real with you. Like, I noticed, wow, like, it's crazy. A lot of people, they spot in that C8 Z06. I'm just giving you my impression from an ownership standpoint. Okay. And the way it sounds, people been whipping their head around. Like, I drove through my neighborhood and I wasn't driving reckless, but I had it in sport mode, and it, when I accelerated with it and when I dumped the gas and it downshifted, people were like turning and looking. And same thing as I was driving through some of the local streets in the area. Like, this car is just a different ownership experience for you as the driver and the impression it leaves on people, I think. But let's come back to the driver. I got to tell you, this car, just everything that you love about a C8 Stingray turned up, okay? The car has 21-inch wheels in the back, 20-inch in the front. It's got wide rubber on it, so that contributes to sort of that more aggressive stance. The car is also wider. The front lip is a lot longer. I parked in a parking lot this evening. You guys will laugh. And I went into the store, and of course, when I came out of the store, I'm walking towards the car, and I'm looking. I'm like, wow, that front chin spoiler is a lot more aggressive, and it sticks out a lot more than the Stingray. In the rear wing, there's also, what is it, the Z07 wing. This car does not have the Z07 package. This has the standard Z06 wing, and it's kind of a double duckbill type thing. That really stands out too. And I just think the car looks so cool. Let me come back to a bit more about why I bought the car. Look, first things first. Well, in no particular order, I like having cars that are unusual, that have an element of uniqueness. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying nobody else has a C8 Z06. I'm not that guy, but there's not a lot of them. I think there's a tremendous number of C8 Stingrays on the road. When I bought my C8 Stingray, it was 2021 and they were still ramping up. The car was still super in demand. Okay. And a lot of people, they were constrained. The Z06s, this is a hot car right now, and there aren't that many. Now, having said that, if for me to buy a car, your buddy CJ, I got to feel it. Okay. It's got to do something to me. Like, I've got to be drawn to it. The styling, the wheels, the color, the stance. It's got to have the right features and options. Okay. I can't, as a car guy that's owned just too many cars over the years, I've made the mistake of saying, okay, I love the car, but it's the wrong color. The paint is okay, but I hate the interior. Or the interior is okay, but the paint is like bleh. And then I don't love the car, and I never love it. And I have some of that buyer's remorse. It took me a while to find the Z06 that I wanted. And when I did, I gave it time. I negotiated. Okay. I waited. And this is the one I wanted. And I pulled the trigger on it. Okay. This was a long time coming. I did a lot of research on this. I was watching the market. I've been offered allocations. Okay. I know a lot of people in the industry, obviously. And I got people reaching out to me all the time about Z06s because they know your buddy CJ is a car guy. And for the right car, I'm going to buy it. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed. And I'm just being transparent and real with you. When the right one came along, I knew I was going to snag it. So I did. Also, listen, this is the season, right? I'm getting ready to do a bunch of road trips, rallies. automotive events with friends, with groups that I'm affiliated with. You know, I'm not a, hey, let me go park and sit in my lawn chair kind of guy. Listen, I've done car shows. I've started events, managed events. I've done everything to be done for car meets and car shows. I've done it all. I'll be real with you. For decades, I've been doing car meets, car shows, truck shows, okay, cruise nights, all these things. Been there and done that. That's not to say that I won't do it anymore, but it's played out, right? Like, I don't want to sit there and stare at my shoes in a parking lot with this car. I'm fitting to drive this car. I'll be out there. I'll be outside with you driving this car. And I'm being serious, guys. Like, to me, the best part of our hobby is driving our cars and the people you meet and the adventures you have heading on down the road. Okay? It's about the journey, not the destination. Yeah, the guys that just every weekend, week in, week out, they go to parking lots and stand there and look at their cars and then take it home and polish it again. Like, that's not me. I'm a car guy. Like, and that doesn't mean I like standing there polishing chrome and sitting in lawn chairs. Like, I like driving. And I'm being funny. You know, your buddy CJ got that sense of humor. Come on. You know, I'm being funny, but I'm being real. Like, I need more than that. So I wanted a fresh car, a fresh set of wheels for this season, and I bought it. I bought the 2023 Corvette Z06 Coupe, and guys, I'm getting ready to run with it, and it's just going to be a blast. Another thing that I think is super important with the C8 Z06, the power. Let me be blunt. You immediately feel the power difference between the C8 Stingray and the C8 Z06. The first thing you feel, and I didn't do any hard launches yet, I just bought the car today, but the first thing you feel when you drive a C8 Z06 after having driven a C8 Stingray, that power difference isn't small. That power difference is huge. Okay? You know, that's about 170 horsepower difference, and you feel it. Okay? And that's a big factor here. So, you know, I think it's super important to get that out of the way. This car does feel like it's much higher performance and more aggressive and engaging to drive than your C8 Stingray. So I got to get that out of the way and let you know. You know, I don't think the car is unmanageable. I don't think the car is scary. They're incredibly well engineered, but it's a lot of car. The C8 Z06 is a lot of car. That's another key thing that, you know, driving it around today was self-evident to me that this is a serious car. C8 Stingray, after 3 years of ownership, I can tell you, you can be kind of chill and lumber around town and you don't, you know, have to drive aggressively to get the best out of it, so to speak. The C8 Z06 will constantly remind you that it is a very serious performance car. Listen, I don't drive aggressively, but what I'm saying is, you know, light to light, going around corners, you know, a little bit of back roads today. This is a very serious car in every way. The way it handles, the way it shifts, the way it sounds, the way it accelerates, okay, the way it brakes with those carbon ceramic brakes, the way it looks, everything. It's a very serious car, you know, and maybe for that reason, the Z06 is not for everybody, but I wouldn't want you to be scared. Real talk tonight, if you're thinking about a Z06, day one, I feel great about it. Like, it's not like I bought this thing and I said, oh dear, I miss my Stingray. No, I do miss my Stingray because I loved that car. And that was a beautiful car and a fantastic car. I got 18,000 miles on the road with that Stingray. Loved every mile. It was a blast. But you driving the Z06 for one day, my eyes have seen the glory of what is the C8 Z06. It is glorious. It is fantastic. It is what I would categorize, and again, let me just summarize, guys, because we're going to wrap up. It is a super sports car. It is a super Corvette. It's everything you loved about your C8 Stingray turned up to 12. It's over the top, the way it accelerates, the way it brakes, the way it sounds, the way it shifts, and the way it downshifts, the way it handles, the feeling of the steering, okay? All of these things accumulate to really make this significantly better, more aggressive, much more engaging and exciting than a C8 Stingray. That's my first impression, okay? And also, I'll say it again, and this may upset some Porsche people, the C8 Z06 reminded me of my time spent driving Porsche 911 GT3s. I've never owned a GT3. I've owned multiple Porsches, and I've driven a bunch of GT3s. That's the impression it left on me, okay? That's day one. If that changes, I'll let you know. But guys, listen, I wanted to come on here and talk about my new car here for no other reason than to just share it with you. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of content with you, my adventures on the road with this car, comparing it to some of my other rides, all of those things. I'm going to give you the best of it. If you have any questions, leave me those comments. You know your buddy CJ loves you, love all my subscribers. Give me a like and subscribe. More to come, okay? And guys, I got to get to bed early because tomorrow I'm putting some miles on. I'm going to be outside on the road with my new Z06. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please give me that like and subscribe. Leave those comments. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Until we meet again, peace.